Good morning, my dear students. In the last two classes, we have started with the presence of solids. In the previous session, I have just started with the presence of the solids when the axis is inclined to both the planes, that is both HP as well as VP. And I have just listed the different cases you are going to get whenever I wanted to get the solution for these type of problems, that is when the axis of the solid is inclined to both HP and VP. And if you just recollect, yesterday I did this, that is axis inclined to HP and one of the base edges or corners rest on HP and a base edge is inclined to VP. That is, we can say that whenever I wanted to achieve this particular axis inclined to both the planes, I can say one axis inclination, one base inclination. Is it okay? And always remember, whenever you have this type of problems, I can do this in 3 stages. And as we have noted yesterday, in this particular case, since the axis is inclined to HP, initially I will assume that axis to be perpendicular to HP so that your base will be parallel to HP, so that I can see the true shape of the base in the top view. So I started with top view. Okay, so how do you draw the top view? To draw the top view, another hint given in the problem is one of the base edges, let us say, rest on HP. That particular base edge should be taken perpendicular to XY line in the top view, that is, it should be perpendicular to VP. So that's what we did. Okay, then we can also consider the second case, wherein now I want to consider the axis inclined to VP and one of its base edges or corners rest on HP. And again you can just say this is also a case wherein I have given axis inclination and one side inclination. And as you have noted yesterday, whenever we give this particular type of problems in the examination or whenever you want to solve those types of problems, first I need to satisfy the axis inclination. So now we can see this. In this particular case, axis is inclined to VP. Since the axis is inclined to VP, initially I will assume that axis to be, your base will be parallel to VP. Now since the base is parallel to VP, true shape of the base will be seen in front view. So I need to start from front view. And again, how do you start the front view? The orientation. So regarding orientation, I would have given like this. That is, one of its base edges or corners rest on VP. Now, since I wanted to have one of the base edges to rest on VP, now in the initial front view, I need to consider that particular base edge to be perpendicular to HP. Is it okay? Now, if I want to consider this corner, then what I do is, in the front view, the corner containing the two sides will be equally inclined to HP. Is it okay? So that is second case. And the third case, what we are going to get in this type of problems is when the axis is inclined to both HP VP. That is, I have given the axis inclination with reference to both HP as well as VP. So as you can see, in these two cases, we have given one axis inclination and one base inclination. One side inclination. Whereas in the last case, we can have axis inclined to both HP as well as VP. So whenever we have this particular case, now we may have an ambiguity how to start. So for that, I would have given this condition. Let us say, I will say that one of the base edges is resting on HP. Since I given one of the base resting on HP, I will start from top view. Let us say if I say one of the base edges is in VP or parallel to VP. In that particular case, I will start from front view. Okay, but anyway, this last case I am going to do in the next session, and in this particular session, I will concentrate on this case 2. Yeah, okay, as I said, we will start with this case 2, wherein the axis is inclined to VP and one of the base edges is on VP and this base edge is inclined to HP. So as you can see in this particular case also, we have given both axis inclination and side inclination. So whenever I have given these two, first I need to satisfy the axis inclination. Now here the axis is inclined to VP. So how do I assume first? Initially I will assume that axis to be perpendicular to VP. Now since the axis is perpendicular to VP, the base will be parallel to VP. Since the base is parallel to VP, true shape and size will be seen in front view. So I need to start from front view. The next question is, how do you start the front? Because all orientation is also important now. So how do you start? Regarding orientation, I have just given another state. What I given? One of the base edges rest on VP. So this particular base edge which is resting on VP in the initial condition should be taken perpendicular to HP, that is perpendicular to XY line in the front view. So when I start this front view, I should draw the front view such that one of the base edges should be taken perpendicular to XY line, so that the front view is fixed now. Always remember, once you do this analysis initially, you are simply mechanically you are just doing the problem without any issues. So if you just don't think properly, whatever you do later, everything will be waste. It becomes a null and void. So you should be extremely careful wherever you start a problem. Is it okay? Now as you can note down here, I need to start from front to rear. Now just to illustrate this particular problem, yesterday I did problem using a pentagonal prism. Now I will just take a case of a hexagonal pyramid. Okay. So let me take this pentagonal pyramid. Is it okay? Now as I said, in this particular case, what I should initially do, I need to assume axis to be inclined to VP. Since the axis is inclined to VP, I need to consider first axis to be perpendicular to VP. Since the axis is perpendicular to VP, what about the true base? Our true base is parallel to VP. So that in the front view, I will see the true shape. So I will see the true shape. Okay, how do you draw the figure? As I said, I wanted one of the base edges should rest on VP now. So initially I will consider that this entire pyramid rests on HP, that is rest on this particular backboard itself. Is it okay? So how do you take it? Now anyway in the second stage I need to orient. So I need to orient this such that I need to show this axis inclination. Is it okay? That is in the front, in the top view. So in the top view, if I want to show the axis inclination, but anyway I think first I will draw this initial views now. Okay, anyway as I was telling you, one of the base edges is resting on VP. Initially I need to take this particular base edge to be perpendicular to XY line or perpendicular to H, because anyway your HP is your floor itself. Okay, so that is, so I will write in this way. If I just write in this way, I am going to get the hexagon in the front view. Similarly, I will draw the corresponding top view. Okay, let me draw that first. So draw the XY line. Then consider the hexagon. So you can draw the hexagon either using the simplest way of drawing the hexagon is using your circle method. So use the circle method and draw this hexagon. I have drawn the hexagon. Then naming. So what about the naming? Now anyway you know that this is the plane, this is the object, observer is here. So for the observer, which is the point which can be seen first? This leftmost point. So obviously start from this point in the clockwise direction, because anyway you did in anti-clockwise direction when you start from the top view. Now since I am starting from front view, always name it in the clockwise direction. A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash, E dash and F dash. Okay, now anyway you have only one base here because I am just considering a hexagonal perimeter. Okay, so and also let me get the center also. So call it as O dash. Now I need to draw the corresponding top view. Now since I wanted to satisfy one of the base edges to rest on the VP. Now since I want one of the base edges to rest on VP, initially we will assume this entire base in VP itself, that is on XY line itself. So we just draw that. Then I will draw the solid. Is it okay? then name them. So how do you name them? So as you can see, I can see A, B, C. I cannot see D, E, F. So what I do is I will write A, B, C, D, E, F, and this is O. Now since, if you just see your top view, so top view, this is my plane, object, observer. See, for the observer, apex is nearer to him so that you can see all the slanted edges now. That's what I said now. So that is, I am just holding in this way. So if I just holding in this way, if I see from the front, I can see all the slant edges. Since I have to see the slant edges, here I need to dark this entire slant edges in the front view. So front view, I need to dark them. So this is my initial figure. That is, solid is in simple position. Now I need to go to the second. So what is the second stage? In the second stage, I need to satisfy the axis inclination. So now it is given that axis is inclined to VP. Okay, that is, the top view should be redrawn. So now again I am just going to demonstrate this. I have just taken in this particular way. Now the axis to be inclined to VP such that one of the base sectors should rest on the ground. So this is, I can just lift it in this way. So either I can lift in this way or I can lift it in the other way also. Why? Because you just remember a hexagonal pyramid which having hexagonal base is a symmetrical figure. That is, I can orient in any direction so that one of the base edges will be in VP. So now I need to just lift it in this way so that the axis inclination can be given. Okay. So, and we can also say that this axis inclination can also be given in the other way also. See, for example, I told you that this is my position. Now, I can also say that this particular triangular face. So, triangular face is in VP. So that I am just going to rotate in this way. Are you following what I am doing? So, if I just do like this, what will happen to the axis? Axis will become inclined to VP. So, generally, in the case of pyramids, instead of giving the axis inclination, we will give indirectly in the way of telling that a triangular face, that is, this is a triangular face now. So, triangular face is in VP, or I can also say that a slanted is in VP. Are you able to follow this? So, either I can say a triangular face in VP or I can say a slanted is in VP. But anyway, in this particular case, as you can see, I just consider one of the base edges perpendicular to XY line. So that if I just see in the top view, so top view, this particular line represents a triangular face. So what is that? It is OAF. So OAF is a triangular face. Similarly, on the other side, OCD is also a triangular face. Since it is a triangular face, if I keep it on XY line, then I can say that this triangular face is in VP. So I can also say, instead of telling triangular face in VP, I can also say the axis is inclined to VP. That is, indirectly I have given the axis inclination. Okay, now let us consider that in this particular problem, I will consider a triangular face is in VP. Okay, so if I want to do that, I need to redraw this figure such that OAF should be on XY line, or I can also consider OCD also on XY line. Is it okay? Now let me consider this OAF on XY line, so that I will say this is AF, or I can say CD also consider. Let me consider CD itself. CD, then I will take this particular length and put it here. So we have this O, this is C and D. Now, since I have just put it in this way, your A will be somewhere below. So how do you get this? So for that you can just use your simple construction, because anyway this particular line already I have drawn now. So what I am going to do is, I will just take this particular length and with this side I am going to cut it. Then I will take this length and I am going to cut it, so that I am going to get this intersection point. Is it okay? It's a simple construction. So this will be A, what I done? A, let me just put it properly. A, B, C, D, E, F. Is it clear? You can just see that now this triangular face OCD on VP. That's what I given. Thereby, what about the axis now? As you can see, axis is nothing but which is concealed within this particular slanted itself. So as you can see, the axis is inclined. So remember, instead of giving directly axis inclination, I can also give this one of the triangular faces is inclined in this particular case, or I can also give one of the slant edges is inclined. So let us say if I give a slant edge is inclined, then how do you draw your initial figure? So remember now in this particular case I have taken one of the base edges to be perpendicular to HP, so that I am going to get a triangular face as a line here. Okay, but let us say I want one of the slant edges in VP. So if I want to have one of the slant edges in VP, then the initial figure has to be written such that the corner should contain equal inclination, so that I am going to get only a slant edge on the extreme lines, on the extreme lines of this particular pyramid. Okay, but anyway, in this particular case, I wanted a triangular face in VP. So this triangular face is nothing but it contains one base edge and two slant edges. Okay, so here also you can see one of the slant edges is, one of the base edges is also on the ground. Is it okay? On VP. Okay, now this is my new top view. Now I need to get the new front view. So how do you get the new front view? As usual, I need to draw the projectors, or I can say a vertical projectors from the new top view and horizontal projectors from the previous front view. Okay, let me draw those projectors. Then draw these vertical projectors. Then as usual get the points. So let me start from A now. So A is here, so I will call this as A dash, then B dash, then C dash, then D dash, E dash, F dash. Then I need to get the apex also now. So let us also get this apex. So this is my apex point, O dash. So how do you complete this? Again remember what I told you in the last class. So what I told you in the last class? I told you that to complete this figure, this top view is the reference figure for me. Now as usual, since it is a first angle projection, the object has to be in between. So this is plane, object and observer. Is it okay? Now for the observer, which is nearer to him, that is, since it is a pyramid, I need to look for either base is nearer to me or apex is nearer to me. So which is nearer to me here? Base is nearer to me. So first complete the base. So without any ambiguity. So you need to have to imagine anything. So A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, E to F, F back to A. So step 1 is over. So what is step 2? Boundaries. Remember. So which are the boundaries here? Already you have this base edges. ED is there, DC is there, CB is there. Now I need to have this boundary line is nothing but a slanted. So one slanted and the other extreme slanted. Boundaries. So after boundaries, which is the next one? If I see, I can see for the observer the slant edges OA and OF can be seen. So you can see OA and OF. Not only that, I told you that yesterday also, this is a visible point, this is a visible point. So the resulting line has to be visible. So I will dark this. Similarly, I will dark this. Okay, now the next step, in the case of prism, I said that other base. Anyway, you don't have other, already we have completed the base now, because only one base for a pyramid. Last step is the remaining slant edges. So which are the remaining slant edges? As you can see here, OC as well as OD. And again, you just see this. your OC and OD for the observer, this is the farthest to him. Since it is farthest to him, he cannot see. Since he cannot see, and also not only that, this is a visible base. Within the visible base, there cannot be any solid lines. Okay. So this is, then I can show the axis. So axis is it okay? Now we can see that in this particular case, in the second stage, axis is inclined to VP, but still it is parallel to HP. Now we will go to the last stage. So as you can observe, I told you that this is my solid in simple position, wherein the axis is perpendicular to VP but parallel to HP. Okay. The second stage, what we did was axis is inclined to VP, but still it is parallel to HP. But in the problem it is given that the triangular face containing this particular base set is inclined at 30 degrees to HP. So what I had done here is this particular base edge. Now in this particular figure, this particular base edge, the CD, which is having this triangular face, OCD. Okay, so this is vertical, or it will retain its true shape. Okay, so CD is true, that is, it is having the true base set, and this particular angle is given as 30. That's the reason what I had done was I have redrawn this figure such that CD is inclined, that is this angle is inclined at 30 degrees to HP. And also remember, when you want to redraw the figure, it is very, very simple. What you need to do, you just get this particular line, that is CD line, inclined at 30 degrees, then all the lines which are originating from CD, they are all perpendicular now. Here what I did was, the CD is inclined at 30. For this line I have just drawn the verticals. So along those verticals, using your compass, I think you can just take the transfer the distances. Is it okay? I think you can just try this. It is not a very high-fi thing. It is very simple. Okay, now I have just got this new front view. Now finally I need to get the final top view. So how to get the final top view? Same procedure. What the procedure I said? We need to draw the vertical projectors from this new front view and draw the horizontal projectors from the previous top. So let me do that. Okay, then I will draw these projectors. Okay, now let us get all the points now. So let me start with A now. So A is here, projector A, projector A. So this will be A. Then B, projector B, projector B. B. Then C, projector C, projector C. C. Then D, here itself. D. Then E, on the same projector, but anyway here it is E somewhere here. I will get this to be E. Then F projector and F projector, something should be here. Okay, then O. So O is your apex. Apex will be here. So as I said, I am just going to get this base completely, because I can see this base. So I am just completing this base with the corresponding points. That is my first step. So once I get this base, as you can see, the second step is what? Boundaries. So which are the boundaries here? Only this line and this line. So this is my boundaries. Okay. Then the third step is the slant edges. So now we can see which is the slant edge, which is can be seen to him. You can just see this, your OD and OE. So already this OD, it is already taken care of, and OE should be taken. So now not only that, you can just observe this. E is a visible point, this is a visible point, so this particular line has to be visible line. So you can just see this. This is a visible line. Then the remaining slant edges. So which are the remaining slant edges? So already OA, OB is there, OB. So now anyway already this is my visible base. So within the visible base I cannot have a solid line. So this has to be a dashed line. Similarly OA. So OA also it is not to be seen because for the observer this is the farthest slant edge. Okay, so this, and also not only that, if I want to have this particular line, already we have this base which is a solid base edge, so I cannot have another solid line, so it has to be dotted line. Now we can see, now we can visualize. So visualize in the sense, this is my base edge or a base, and all these slant edges are converging here. Not only that, finally you can see this OCD. I wanted this triangular face OCD on VP. You can see since OCD is on VP, all these points should be on XY line itself. Is it okay? Now you can make out one more thing you should observe here. Here I have just redrawn this figure now, but in some time I will also say that this particular triangular face containing this base edge is inclined at HP. Not only that, I will also say that such that your apex is nearer to the observer. Here what I did, I have redrawn this figure such that your apex is away from the observer, so that your base is nearer to the observer. Now I can also say in this way also, that is, while redrawing the figure, I will say that your apex should be nearer to the observer. Thereby I need to redraw this figure in the other way. Is it okay? Now once you redraw this figure the other way, this base is away from the observer. Since base is away from the observer, in that particular case, this base will not be completely seen. So that in that particular case, these lines will be dotted, then these slant edges would have been become solid. Is it okay? So depending upon a particular problem, you need to do the solution properly. I think you have followed. Now finally, what I want to say is, in this particular case, we have seen axis inclined of both the planes. Even though I said that one of the triangular faces in VP, we can see here in the stage 1, axis is parallel to HP and perpendicular to VP. In the second stage, axis is inclined to VP, but still it is parallel to HP. And in the final stage, I can see that axis is getting inclined to both XY as well as both HP as well as UP. So again I can note down the axis also. Now I can just mark the axis also. So this is my axis point, so that I will get some area. You can just see this. So this is my axis. Now we can see axis is inclined to both HP as well as VP. So what finally you can see is, in the case of pyramids, we neither have to give the axis inclination directly. Indirectly I can give in the way of a triangular face in VP, or I can say a slant edge is in VP. Is it okay? Thank you.